What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Jared, and guys, I want to talk to you guys about what I've been hearing on these social media squeets, or I should say the YouTube squeets. So we're gonna talk about our brother Michael B. Jordan. Now, Michael B. Jordan just recently did an interview with the chick that he went to high school with. That go figures. So you know this is about to be good. So this chick called Michael B. Jordan a lame in high school. Called him corny. Now, he challenged her on that shit. And she said, well, I know I didn't call you, we didn't call you corny. We didn't call you corny. Now, bruh, that's how you, boys, how you catch these chicks, how you get these chicks to them eat their own words is become successful. But that's not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is how women will literally completely disregard the men that aren't the pretty boy type of men when they're younger, and when those men get successful, they try to cape for them and try to come for those men. That's what this conversation is gonna be about. So, men, you gain value over time, and women have value at the start, and they decrease in value over time. You know, supply and demand, that's the wrong concept. But the concept of usage and the concept of age. Let me explain. When you get older, man, you start learning new skills, you start developing newer skills, and you start becoming more into your financial stride. Women have inherent value in their youth, and over time they lose their value. Meaning, over time, that woman perceived to have a lot of value, and the more trauma/bodies she collected, the more trauma and the more her value decreased. Women don't like hearing that, but it's the truth. But this is the reason why ladies need to start, why black women specifically need to start looking at a man's inherent and start learning how to pick their men when they're at the bottom, instead of waiting for at the finish line when that man gets there. See, what happens is, and the reason why a lot of black women are losing is because they don't build with their men. They call building with their men struggle love, which is a total concept of bullshit, because let's face it, the more that man has you around when he's building, the less likelihood of him leaving you at the end when he reaches his value, unless you stress that man out to the point where that man couldn't do shit without you challenging him at every point. That's typically why men leave their long-term partner after they've gained their value, because that long-term partner could have challenged them all the time, been combative, been uncooperative, be unsubmissive. It happens, and that's the reason why a lot of black women are losing when it comes to dating the high-value man and marrying up, because they don't want to build with a man that's in his building phase. So if you meet it, and this is how I'm going to explain it. If you meet a man and he's got a vision, he's got a dream, he's working his ass off, and he's determined, that man will stay with you if you've built him up, you've helped him build, you put time, effort, and cooperation until getting on his program, helping him with his plan, and helping that man see that plan through. That's where a lot of our women are failing at. And I'm sorry to say it, but y'all are going to have to learn how to differentiate that struggle love shit that y'all talk about and a man that's building something up. And when I mean by building, I mean by that you see that man working 2 jobs, trying to put money aside so that he can actually start up a business, supporting his business, his business ideas, helping him see his business plans through, and also helping that man see issues that he couldn't foresee. That is the job of a helpmate. That is the job of you women. Well, that's the job of a woman to get a man to success. That's their job. And a lot of our women don't see that. That's the reason why a lot of our women are losing to Latinas, to Asian women, into foreign women. That's the reason why they're losing. And quite frankly, y'all should have the home team advantage because you understand our culture. But the thing is, our culture is trash anyway. But still, you understand black men a lot far better than what these foreign women that's never dealt with a black man. You should be winning. And the problem is, you see criticism as somebody trying to bash you instead of seeing criticism as somebody trying to help you. To help you see your flaws and help guide you through your flaws so that you can actually learn from your mistakes. That's what advice and that's what criticism does. But a lot of our women don't refuse to accept criticism for what it is instead of actual truth. But ladies, there's a difference between struggle love and building up a man. See, when you're talking about struggle love, I'm talking about when I say struggle love, I'm talking about a nigga that ain't shit. A nigga that's just literally out there bumming around, asking for money, not trying to build himself up and trying to actually achieve anything. That's struggle love. Struggle love ain't you helping a man achieve his goals. That ain't struggle love. That's called building a relationship. That's called showing your value to that man. And that's what a lot of women don't understand. That's what men are asking that's what men are talking about when they say, what do you bring to the table? Will you help? Will you be submissive? Will you be cooperative? Will you be a helpmate? That's what men are asking. We don't give a fuck about your money. We don't give a fuck about what you inherently do as far as sexual or what is it? Sexual or in general. Sexually, we can get a woman that does that same thing. But you have to show what else you offer, and that's what men are talking about when you say, what do you bring to the table? Like the chicks that are talking about on IG and TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, but YouTube, they were like, I bring meat to the table. When you say I bring meat to the table, that means you're just bringing your body, and you're not bringing anything of value. You're not bringing, especially if you got kids, you're just bringing your body. You're not bringing any cooperativeness. You're not bringing any submissiveness. You're not bringing any wifely traits. You're not bringing any motherly traits to mother my children. You're not bringing any of that. That's what men are talking about when you're saying, what do you bring to the table? And quite frankly, a lot of you believe that your body is the only thing that you need to bring to your table, when in actuality, that's where a lot of you fail to realize that your body doesn't mean anything. I can go out and find a next chick. I can go out and pay for play and get somebody's body for a couple $100. But when a man's saying, what do you bring to the table? What are you offering me that makes you of value, that makes me want to keep you around? And that's inherently where a lot of ladies are failing to realize. So take this video and this information in this video and do what you want. And to the detractors, I I just literally gave you a blueprint of what you ladies should be actually talking about. We don't give a fuck about your money. We don't give a fuck about your education. We don't give a fuck about that damn that sociology degree, that communications degree. We don't give a fuck about that. But what we do care about, we care about your wifely skills, your mothering skills. We care about your cooperativeness. We care about your submissiveness, and we also care about your body count. We're not gonna skip over that. Now, your body count is the most important because how many bodies you have, there's a lot of trauma that comes along with that, especially when it comes to you fucking around with a whole bunch of fuck niggas. Sorry to say it, I'm gonna keep it real with you on this one. A lot of ladies are literally finding out the hard way that they are not wifely material because they've had a lot of dicks inside of them. See, if you have a lot of ain't shit dudes dicking you down every night, you're gonna inherit some trauma for that. You're gonna inherit some trauma from that. And honestly, that trauma literally changes your mindset, changes everything about you. It causes you to create a insufficient how to say this? It causes you to create an insufficient mindset. So your mindset starts to change, and you fail. You feel like getting a man that's for value. You feel like a lot of things, and that's where a lot of you are starting to see that these men ain't playing around when it comes to being traditional. But anyways, guys, like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast on Spotify.com, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. And thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.